Hi everyone, I am Koshan here, and today we are going to be moving forward with CSS or cascading style sheets. Now, why we need CSS? So as I've told you in my first lesson that how the application of Web 1.0 used to look. So there were no user interface, and the website used to look too odd. So you can relate this that without CSS and only through HTML how our website will be looking. So that was a necessity why we are using CSS. Now in previous tutorial I have while where I was discussing about HTML, I have missed some topics which I'm going to continue now, and at the same time I am going to be teaching you about the CSS codes. Okay, so I have made a simple static website with only HTML, and you can see that how our website is actually looking. So without CSS, you can see that how our website is looking. So now we are going to apply the CSS on this pre-built website. So before that, I am making you to understand what I have written in HTML part. So I have created three sections. First is header, second is section, and the last one is footer. In header part, I have made a division tag named as heading. Inside that, I have applied a heading tag and a paragraph tag. In section, I have used a heading tag and a division tag where I have input three images. And in the footer section, I have used a unordered list. Now in the previous tutorial, I have missed this part, the unordered list part and the anchor tag part. So first of all, what anchor tag is? Now suppose let me let me just show you another website like let's say where I was discussing dribble.com, and let me visit to the footer part. Okay, so if I click on this link, you can see that I am being directed to another page. So this is what our application of anchor tag is. While clicking on the anchor tag, we are being uh, moved to another page or the another URL that is provided inside the href attribute. So for anchor tag, we have to write a denotes the anchor tag, and it is having an attribute which says href, which is actually the reference where we are putting all the URLs or the path where our page needs to go. And I am naming this anchor tag as GitHub, website, and LinkedIn, so you can put anything whatever you want. And the second thing is unordered list or the list. So as you know that as you can relate that you can have the list of the students, list of marks. So this is how the application of list actually in HTML in the similar way. So I have so as you can see that I have made this website, and now I am going to apply CSS or styles in the website. Now to apply CSS, we have three ways. Okay, so first start with um, way one, which is called as inline styling. So what inline styling means? So in inline styling, okay, first let me tell you that in CSS, whatever the codes of CSS, we write inside the style tag. First remember this. So let's say I want so let us visit this page again. First of all, I want to change the color of my heading. So this is my project. I want to change it to suppose red. So how can I apply that? To use this, I have to where first of all where I want to make change. So this is where I want to make change, that is inside the heading tag. So I have to visit that heading, so I have to keep my mouse pointer in the heading tag and then move to my heading tag. Then I have to set what type of style I have to apply in the heading tag. So for that I am typing style, as I have told you that I have to use style tag. And what style I am applying? I am applying suppose color. And what type of color I am applying? Suppose red. Now I am saving it. So you can see that how my color have changed. So what is the color? So what we are using here? We are using color attribute through which we can change the color of my text. Okay. So this is the first attribute. Now the second attribute is size, font size. So I want to change my paragraph tag. I want to increase the size of the text that are present inside my paragraph tag. Now what can I do so? So for that I am using an attribute style, and I am writing font size, which states about the size of the text. Now I want to increase the size of my text. So for that I am setting, suppose I am setting my size of the text to 24 pixel. Now saving it. Yep. So you can see that how the size of my text have increased. Now I want to change my size of this heading, my avatars. How I can do so? Style, in a similar way, font size, and let's say I want to increase it to 30 pixel. Saving it and refreshing my page. Too small and I want to increase it. Suppose let's say I'm using 50 pixel, and fine. So you can see that how the size of my avatars have changed. Next, you can see 3 images are there. I want to decrease the size of these images. So how can I do so? So as I've told you in earlier HTML session that there are attributes in image tag which is about width and height. So I can use width and height to change the size of the image. So I'm using width. Okay, give me a space. Width, let's say I am setting it to 50 pixel. Sorry, let's say 100 pixel. And height also to 100 pixel. I am copying this and pasting it in every image tag. So now you can see that how the size of my image have changed, how it was looking too big and now it is too small. So how you can change this with the help of width and the height attribute inside the image tag. Now now the fifth tag that comes in my mind is the inline tag. You can see that in I have used these 3 links. Now I want to um, set these 3 links. Now I want, first of all I want to remove all this type of this boolean attribute. So you can see the dot is present here. Beside every list a dot is present. So how can I remove it first of all? So for that I use a style. um, we use list style type and it says to none. So to remove this boolean, to remove that dot, or we can say that boolean style, I am using this attribute list style type. Okay, I'm refreshing this. Yo, you can see that how the all the booleans have disappeared. So you can see that how my website was looking at that time before few styling, and now how it is looking. Now third, I want to, yeah, you can see that all my text, my images are aligned to left, but I want to align all the items to my center. How can I do that? Now remember that how where all my items are present. It is present in division tag, it is present in header tag, section tag, but wholly it is present inside the body tag. So for that I want to change the style of my body. So for that I am using style, and to bring it in the center we use text align center. So you can see that how my website, so how before applying the text align, my all the contents were present in my left side, and now how it is being moved to my center. Then you can also change by using if you want to bring it to right, so you can say text align right, it will shift to right. Oh, but it is looking too odd, so I am just undo what I have done. Now it is being made to center. Fine. Now after that, what can I apply? Okay, so we have written too much line of codes. Now, as I have told you just before, that there are three ways how you can apply the style tag in CSS. So the first is inline style. Now the second is inside the style tag inside HTML. So for doing this, I am using style tag. You can see that I am writing the style tag inside the heading tag, not inside the button tag, the body tag. So you can just relate. So make it clear that you have to write all the style tag inside the heading tag. Um, okay, so as you can see that in this case, suppose in list case, I am repeating the same thing again and again, again and again. For three list, I am repeating the style three times. In the similar way, in image, for three image, I am repeating the same style, same width and same height for three times. So in order, so how, so this for this I am wasting too much of my time, and at the same time, my content is looking too awful. For so that how you can use another way to write those CSS codes. For that I am using style tag, and inside the style, and remember, okay, the first thing that comes in the style tag, what we have to do in the style tag. First, in class, when we are referring a class, we have to keep a dot before the class name. Suppose I am referring to heading, suppose I am referring to heading class. Now how can I write the heading class? Dot heading. Suppose, remember that for class we have to write dot and then class name. Suppose an ID was there in that class, sorry, in the division tag. Let's say the same ID I am giving, heading. So in order to keep it inside the style tag, we refer ID as hashtag heading. Fine. Now for other items like section tag, like footer tag, like list tag. So these are the predefined attributes inside the HTML. but class name is what we are giving. So for that we are using dot, we are using uh, hash for for class and id. But since for predefined for predefined tags, we don't have to put any such dot or or any such um, what can I say, or any such items before those name. Suppose for h1, now I want to change my style of h1 in a similar way but using different method. So for that I am using h1, and to refer what type of style I have to apply, I will just enclose it inside the second bracket. And in the similar way I have to just copy what I have written this content and paste it here. Now I am going to remove this content to show you that how actually my the heading tag will look. So you can see that I have refreshed my page, but the color, the style is same. It doesn't matter whether you write the style inside the inline or inside that style tag. Now let me just copy whatever I have written in those inline and paste it here. Uh, Now the next comes is paragraph tag. You can see in paragraph tag what I have written. So I will write P, and whatever the item was I will just copy and paste it. Fine. For h3 I will just copy, delete, and just paste it here. I will remove this. Now for image tag, so you can see that there are 3 images. I will just write img and set the width to 100 pixel and height to 100 pixel, and I will remove all other attributes that I have written inside that image tag. Control D, Control. So I have done this using Control D. Second, the fourth is list, and I'm just copying this and pasting here and just removing whatever I have written. Okay, so now refresh my page. Oh, sorry, I forgot to write one thing. Text align center. Um, see, delete. Um, Body. Text align center. Okay, now refresh this page. Yeah, you can see that whatever my website was looking by applying inline CSS, in the similar way the website is looking by applying that CSS inside the style tag in heading tag. Now you can relate that just few minutes before so many line of codes were pasted in my heading tag, in my image tag, and it could be, and it was looking too much hazy type, and it was looking too much you can really how it was looking. And now how, well, now since I have written all my codes inside this style tag, you can see that how my website and how my styling of my codes and the way my codes are looking have changed. This is the second way. So this is the second way of how you can apply CSS. Now let me make this website few more, let me do some more change in this website and let me add more number of CSS codes. Okay, now what can I do? Okay, so you can see this GitHub, this website, this LinkedIn, whatever link is there, it is being arranged in column wise. Now I want to arrange this in row wise. How can I do? Using flex method. So for that I want to remember that. Now just check it that all my lists are present inside the UL tag. So I have to mention UL tag and then write my styling. First, what does flex means? Flex means you are creating a you are creating a arrangement of whatever contents in the form of line in a row or in a column. So for writing this code, I have to first mention display flex. Now what is my flex direction? How I want to arrange this three list in column or in row. So I want to arrange this in column. So for that in row. So for that I am writing flex direction. Now I will choose row. Just save it and go to my page and refresh it. Yeah. So you can see that how my content have been arranged in row wise, but it have shift this side. I will change this. So how can I change this? I have to bring this in center. So for that I have to add text align center. Yeah, it has not been changed. Now how you can check that what my problem is? So for that just right click and go to inspect. Click this icon. Now where my all the links were present inside the footer tag, I will go inside the footer tag. So you can see that see that it have created when I am hovering all this type or all these tags. You can see that what is the height and what is the length, or sorry, what is the width of those tags expanded. You can see that the width and the height of uh, unordered list tag is from around it is fully covering my web page widthwise. So there is no such problem in that. To just bring it to center, I have to apply another thing, that is justify content center. So you can see that it have brought this to my center. Now what does justify content is? Justify content means where you want to put the content, means whether you want to put the content in left side, whether you want to bring the content in right side, or you want to bring the content in my center. Now let's cross it and you can see that these links are present in row wise. It have been adjusted to center. Now let me change the whole now let me add the colors to my background. For that, how I can do? First, I want to set a width and height of the body tag. For that I am using height and I am using 100 VH. So what VH means? It means that 100%. It means that it is um, let me just tell you again that whenever writing this, so what in order, now I want to, now since I have changed my heading tags, my text tags, whatever it is, now I want to add some background color in my website. So how can I use this? So I am going to my HTML code, and inside that body tag I am setting a height of that body. Let's say I am setting a height of 100 VH. Okay, see, height is being adjusted. And next I want to set the color of my background. So how can I change the color of my background? So as I have told you that in order to change the color of your text, we are using the color attribute. Now in order to change the color of my background, I will use the background color attribute. So background color, let's say I am using any such color, like Corinne, saving it, going to my page and refreshing it. You can see that how my color of the background changed, and it's now looking good than the previous one. Now this is over. So you have seen it. Now I want to add a margin and padding in my content. Now what is margin and padding? So you can understand like that. Okay, just let me inspect again, and just go to my body tag. So what you can see, that just look at that blue color that is covering my page. You can see that the blue color is covering fully the height and the width of my page. Now suppose I want to keep a keep a margin, or I want to move all my content at some extent from top, from button, from left and from right. So how can I do that? So for that, our CSS is having a attribute named as margin and padding. So what does the margin means? Margin means that you are setting the content from a particular uh, extent, away from a particular extent. Like, take an example that for margin I am using 20 pixel, just saving it and refreshing my page, just putting crosshair. Sorry, it has not been working. um, Please 200. Oh, so you can see that the how the margin and padding how the margin have changed the content of my page. You can relate it, that how just before applying this, how my web page was at a height of 100 VH, but after applying this, how all my image have shifted down, and when I just hover this again, you can see that the blue color which was covering the whole page, now how where the blue color has been shifted at some extent from the top, from left, from button and from right. So this is how the margin actually works. Now now you can see that how my website is looking after adding margin. Now I want to bring all the styling to it was before, so I am removing margin, and I am also removing the height 100 VH. Okay, and I am just refreshing my page. Now you can see that how my website has been changed. Fine. Now I want to add some more tags. Okay. Now I want to add a background color to my footer section. How I can do so? I can use footer and let's say my background color. I am changing to, let's say, this, and fine. And you can see that how my website is looking now. Now, what is padding? Let as I have discussed about the margin, now I am discussing what is padding. So you can see that all my contents, that is my links and my copyright of that of my page, is just close to my border line of the background of footer. So I want to apply some space in some space. How I can do that? If I apply margin, let's say I am applying margin. As I've told you, to apply some space, we are using margin. So let's say I am applying margin, let's 20 pixel, and so you can see that nothing has been changed. Instead, it is the box have been moved downwards, and it has been moved to a little extent from left and right. So I want to apply the space inside my footer. So in that case, the padding comes in our mind. So when I apply padding, just click save. Yes, you can see that how it is actually looking. It have applied space from inside that footer tag. Fine. Now in the list, you can see that there is an underline. In my GitHub, in my website, or in my LinkedIn text, there has been an underline. So this underline is not because of list, but this underline is because of that anchor tag. In order to remove this, we are just adding a new style, that is a, that we are referring to the anchor tag, and I am removing uh, the underline. So for that, I will use a new attribute, that is text decoration, and be shift to none. Okay, so you can see that uh, the all the underlines have been removed. Fine. Now I want to see, you can check it that the position of the unordered list, it's just slightly, a little slightly beyond the position it would need to be, because you can see that for copyright the position is here, and uh, for this tags the position is this side, just it has been shifted to a little right. So I want to bring back to that position. How I can do this? So for that, I am using a new attribute named as position, where my list now where my content is present inside the list. So I will move to list, and how I will refer this? I am going to refer this as position relative. So what is position relative? Means I am setting a position relative to what? Relative to the position it was before. So position relative, and now I want to shift it. Shift it where? To right. Sorry, to left. So I will be using left, and how much I want to shift it. Let's say I am going to shift it to 20 pixel. Just refresh this. You can see that how my position of that links have been shifted to left using position attribute. Okay. Mm, Now for this my avatars, this heading, I want to add a underline below that heading. How can I apply this? For that I am using a new, for that I can use two things. First of all, I can add the HR tag below it, as I have told you in HTML. So this will create a line, but I don't want the fully fledged line to 100% of its width, but I want to just a line below this my avatars. How can I do that? Just remove this. Now where I want to add this line, age 3. Now remember that, sorry, just refresh my page. Oh, I have not saved it. Save it and refresh my page. Okay, it has been removed. Just go to inspect button, go to section. So you can see that my avatars is being surrounded by a box that is blue in color, which you can see. Now this box is actually what called as the border of, or you can say the boundary of the h3 tag. So I want to add a color to this boundary and this h3, and remember that whatever tag you are adding, every tag are having a boundary. You can say this division tag, this is also having a boundary. This section tag, this is also having a boundary. So I want to add a boundary, a visible boundary to my avatar section, which would be like underline. So how can I add that? Let's say h3. So border, so I'm applying a border. So what border I am applying? So let's say my border is having a width and a height. So let's say the width of my border is 2 pixel. It is going to be solid and it should be like blue in color. So I am adding this inside of one line, but you can add this in other way, like border color blue, like border width 2 pixel and border style solid. So you can obviously apply this. Just comment this out using, go to edit and click on toggle block comment. So it will comment this out and just refresh my page. Yes. So you can see a border has been just cross it. So you can see a border has been applied to my avatar section. Now let's say add a padding inside that border, which is padding, oh, 10 pixel, and refresh my page. Fine. So a border has been applied. Now what can I do? So you can see that I am not adding so many CSS, means I am not actually designing how a web page is going to look in front of everyone. But I am now I am not, first of all, I am not focusing more on the style. I am just adding styles to make you understand how the CSS works. So don't think that, oh, this color is not looking good, these pictures are not looking good, want to why you are not adding so many other pictures like that. So don't focus on that. Just check it out that how your how you are going to build your website by adding CSS. um, in a similar way, okay, now I want to set a width. Now I want to set a padding to my body. For that I am using body. So for that, let me go to my body tag and just set padding, um, let's say 50 pixel. So you can see all the content has been moved to my center. Has been shifted to 20 pixel from left, right, and whatever. Um, Now what can I do? How can I may change more this website? Okay, so you can see that in footer section, this GitHub, website, LinkedIn, all this is not having a space, but I want to add a space. But I want to add some space after GitHub. I want to add some space after website, after LinkedIn. So how can I add this? For that, HTML provides us for using space. The HTML provides a new tag that is and NBSP. So for this means space. So you can just copy this, paste this again. Sorry. Let me save this and go to my page again. So you can see that how the position means how after applying that NBSP notation, how the space have been applied. Now I want to increase the size of my anchor tag. How I can do? Using font size. So anchor tag is having a font size of, let's say, 15 pixel. Fine. Refresh my page. Oh, it has been moved to small. Let's say it is going to be 20 pixel. Fine. Okay. Mm. Now you can see that when I am clicking this GitHub, the page is refreshing, but my page is not being directed to another page. This is because I have not added any path in my page, sorry, in the URL or inside the href tag. I have at href attribute, I have not added any path, so it's just refreshing the page on default. Now let's say when I will, now I want to refer another attribute, a famous attribute in CSS, that is hover effect. So you can see that when I am bringing my mouse pointer close and hovering on GitHub or on website or on LinkedIn, so you can see that how my mouse pointer is being changed from arrow to a pointer, you can see, or a hand, you can just say like that. How but I don't want to add this. I want to add that when I am hovering the link, color of that link will change, or you can say a underline will be added. So how can I do that? For that I will be using a tag that is hover tag. So when the hover tag will apply, the hover tag will be hover tag is only applied when as the name suggests, hover. So when someone brings the mouse pointer on any text or any other tag, how the tag will react, means how the tag color will change, how the tag position will change, the size of the tag will change. So this is what hover does. It's like triggering a event. So how can I do so? So first I have to mention which tag I have to hover. So this is anchor tag, and for that, after that I want to add this colon. Now what I want to do, what I want to add, hover. So I will just add hover effect. Now in the similar way I will just enclose this inside the bracket. Now what I will do, whenever the mouse pointer will hover on that tag, the color of the tag will change. So color I will change to brown. I will change the font size. Okay, so the font size of that uh, tag will change to let's say 30 pixel. Just for the sake of understanding, I am adding these effects. Now an underline will be added. So border solid to pixel solid, and it will be red, suppose, or let's say it should be uh, any such color like black, suppose. Okay, just refresh. So here you can see that when I'm hovering this, how the position, how the way the tag used to look just before hovering have changed. So this is not looking nice, but as I have told you, just to make you understand about the effects and the styles of CSS, I am just adding these things. Okay, so now you can see that when I'm hovering this, a border is being applied to the whole GitHub box. But I want to just add the border below the GitHub. So for that I am using a thing that I am setting border to border bottom. Sorry, to border bottom. What does it mean? That I want to apply the border just at the bottom. So when I will refresh this, so you can see that how the border has been changed. Okay, now the next thing, well, first of all, let's tell you that first of all let's tell you that you cannot, there is no particular time you are, or there is no particular extent that you have to complete all the CSS, because CSS is a vast topic. There are thousands, or you can say more than that, styles in CSS. So remembering all this thing is obviously not so important. Whenever you are building this website, all the styles will not be applied at the same time. So while building the website and while practicing, you are going to know a number of other CSS styles. So learning a CSS after one lecture, or learning CSS in 1 month, it's not obviously a right thing. Okay, so as I have told you that I have applied this thing. Now my website is uh, somewhat looking beautiful after adding all the styles than it was before. So you can just see that if I remove all my styles, uh, I'm removing all my styles. So this is my website after style, and this is my website before style. So you can obviously relate that how the CSS plays a role in building a website. I am adding this. Fine. Okay, now you can see that this website is being adjusted for your laptop screen, for your desktop screen. But what happens when uh, to this website, when you are opening this website in your mobile screen or your tablet screen? Let's say that how actually it will look. So for using this, how actually it will look, click on the inspect button, and just decrease the size. So you can see that how the website is changing according to the size of the screen. Now there are many websites, like let's take an example like drivel.com. This is the website, the way it is looking in desktop screen or in laptop screen. Now if I want to open in mobile, how it will look. See the position, the border, that the nav bar, how the position of everything have been changed. So this is there's what a new term called as responsiveness comes in our mind, and believe that this is one of the important topic that you should need to learn that while building any website. Remember that is one of the important topic that you should remember. For that, let's say, because maybe your website is looking good in mobile, in computer screen or desktop screen, sorry, in computer screen or laptop screen, but your website is not looking good when it comes to mobile view or in tablet view. So for those user who are actually using the mobile or tablets, for them the interface of that website is not going good, is not looking good, so they will obviously not visit your website. And as a web developer, a challenging situation comes for building a responsiveness or improving the responsiveness of your website. You should focus a lot on that. Now uh, now how can I say, okay, suppose now how can I apply the responsiveness in my website currently. So currently I can see that there is nothing need to be changed for applying responsiveness in my website. So I'm going to add some few um, star for so I'm going to set some new styles so that I have to apply the responsiveness in my website. So for that, let's say the size of my image is 100 pixel. Now I want to increase the size of my image. So let's say I'm increasing the size of my image to where my image is. Yes. So 300, sorry, 300, 300. Yes, so you can see that how the image is being changed, size of the image being changed now. So here you can obviously see that how the website is being changed or not. Okay, so you can see that my image is changed. See, whenever it is in the desktop view, you can see that there are three images. Now let me go to the tablet view. You can see that there are two images in one row and one image in another row. And if I go to mobile view, how you can see that only one image is there in each row. So how it is going, how it is actually being controlled, because I have applied a style which is flex. You can see that oh, sorry, I have not applied that. um, So you can see that how the position is being changed, how the position is being maintained using all these styles. Now let's say I am going to um, currently you can see that there is nothing to be applied like responsiveness in my website, because my website is already responsive. Now I need to add some more new things so that I have to so that I can add the responsiveness in my website. So for that I am going to use a new thing. let me add a new division. Fine. So inside this division tag, I'm going to apply the new division, like say div class, let's say blog know me, know me, and inside that I am going to be creating two other tag div, two other divisions. Let's say class, I am adding a picture, and I am creating another division tag while I am adding um, a class of my content. Fine, now I am going to add some few things. Suppose I am going to add a image here inside my pic, and I am going to add um, some random text. So for that, I told you I am going to add lorem. I am going to again add lorem. So I'm just saving it and just refreshing my page. Ah, so you can see that how it is now looking. Now what changes I need to bring? So for that I am going to bring so for that I want to set this this image and this content in one row, so that in such a way that image will be in my left side and all my content should be in my right side. So for that, how I'm going to do that? Now I am going to add some new and some advanced style of codes. Inside know me, I want to set the contents in a row. For that I am going to use display flex. Now remember that display flex comes under, you can consider the display flex as a key to improve the responsiveness of the website. So for that I'm going to use display flex. What is the flex direction? Flex direction is row. And what is the how, in what manner I want to apply this? So justify content, let's say I'm going to apply space around. Okay, so now you can see that my image and my content is being shifted to in one row. Now you can see the alignment of my image and my content is not in the same position, as because the image is below and my content is just above at the top of that baseline. Now I want to move both of this in the center such that it will align at the center. So for that, as a name suggests, I have told you that align, I'm going to align all the content in center. So for that I'm going to use a new attribute named align items and to center. Yes, you can see that the items is being aligned. Now if I inspect on my page and move it more, you can see that when it comes, okay, now here the important thing comes about the responsiveness. You can see that when my website was in desktop mode or in computer mode, the content was looking good, but when it comes in tablet view or in mobile view, the content of the website is looking too much awful, because both of the contents are in both of the all the section is being aligned in the center. And if I again move, again decrease the size, you can obviously check it out that how, or how bad it is looking. Now what can I do so in this time? Let me increase the size so that you can see it in a more uh, yes. So what content can I apply this to improve the responsiveness? So you can see that this is not a responsive web page because it is not looking too good. um, Now what responsiveness can I apply? I can apply a responsiveness that whenever my size of that screen is going to shift to, let's say, 700 pixel. Automatically at that point of time, the content will move to the image down the image. So how can I apply that? Here another responsiveness attribute comes, which is called as media queries. How you can apply this? You can apply at rate, let's type media screen, and say and after what width we are going to apply this. Let's click text like this, max width. And what is the maximum width? 700 pixel. So after 700 pixel, what is going to be applied? How the website is going to look? Now I want to add, now I want to change that how my know me section will look after below 700 pixel. So I will paste Control V, and how the section will going to look? It will be shifted from row to column, because I want to shift the uh, picture to the top of that content. So I will be applying column. Now let me refresh this page and go to this. Yes, so you can see that how the position of that content has been shifted and moved below the picture. So this, you can say that now if you decrease the size, you can see that how the content is now looking. You can say that yes, it is looking responsive till now. uh, After applying a new effect, and after applying media screen, it is looking better than the previous one. And now I want to just give a space below it. So I want to add a space. For that I am using margin button, let's say 20 pixel, and the position have been changed. Okay, so we have currently done a lot of other styling in our CSS, and we are obviously going to apply other styling whenever we are doing any other sort of projects. But this was what a simple basic idea how the CSS codes work. Okay, so I have forgot to I have forgot to tell you one thing, that before this lecture I have told you that at the beginning of this lecture I have told you that there are the three ways to add the CSS styles. So first style is this one, inline. The second style is this one, inside the style tag, and the third style that comes is adding the styles in another file. So for that I am just creating another file. Let's say styles dot, what is the environment? It is CSS. And now I want to add all these styles in this page. Okay, so let's say one thing. Okay, I am copying this, deleting, and I am adding everything to this page. I am saving this. Okay, if I now refresh this page, you can see that my website again moved to the same website without CSS. How? Because I have not linked this index.html with style.css. So how I am going to link these two files? For that we use a new tag, that is link, and it is real. I'm going to write, because which says that what type of file it is, which is style sheet. Okay, and next the path. So where the file is present. So as I've told you, we are going to write href, and what is the path of that file? Styles.css. Fine. Now if we close it and just save it, so you can see that my website is again being brought to the same way as after applying CSS. So this is the three ways that you can apply CSS, and I have told you you have got a pretty much idea about how to design your page. Now only thing you have to do is practice, because means practice with CSS code, practice in designing. And as I have told you that it will not, there is no time limit of learning all the CSS code. Okay, so while building the website and working with web development, you are going to learn a lot of other styles in CSS. So till now, this is what we need to learn about. Hope you like this video.